What up? It's your boy Wall Street, back, talking, doing my thing. And today, I want to give you all a recap of 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend, as it is just wrapped up. The All-Star game just finished about an hour or so ago, and I'm ready to talk about all of the things that happened over this 3-day span. And where do we start? We started with the All-Star Celebrity Game, where Rome Flynn showed what he had and went ham. Dude could probably earn a 10-day contract. But let's fast forward to the NBA participants. So the skills challenge was pretty funny because Victor Wembanyama and Chris Paul tried to cheat by, instead of taking shot attempts, they just threw the ball as soon as they were going to shoot, which I don't know why they thought that would have been allowed, but they were obviously disqualified, which allowed for the Team Cavs to win, which was Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. There was also the Warriors team, which was Draymond and Moses Moody, and then the rookie team, which was Alex Sarr and Zachary Risachet, the top two picks in the 2024 NBA draft. But yeah, the most entertaining part of that, in my opinion, was seeing Chris Paul try to argue his case after they got disqualified, trying to tell the refs that, the rules never said anything about not doing that. But, obviously, what the did you think, Chris? So Chris got booed too. It wasn't a good day for the Spurs. But moving on to the next event was the three-point challenge, which frankly was a little underwhelming at first. Didn't look like guys were really putting energy in and running hard. It just looks like people are just out there going through the motions. Some guys really put on though, Buddy Hield had a 31-point round. That was very impressive. That was probably the highlight of it. And then obviously Tyler Hero won. Damian Lillard was not able to repeat again. And that's kind of just what went down. They didn't do any of that, Steph and Sabrina Ionescu shooting contest this year. I'm not sure why. Seems like a lot of people liked that last year, but it is what it is. And then LiAngelo Ball showed up. That was pretty cool. He swerved and bent that corner, and just did what he had to do. He's blowing up right now. Real proud of Jello. Didn't work out in the league, but he apparently signed a big record deal. So he's doing what he has to do. He's finding a way. So shout out to the Ball family, LeVar, Jello, LaMelo, Lonzo, whole family. Tina, I think that's their mom's name. Shout out everybody. Shout out the dog. So, Jello doing his thing. Then we had the dunk contest. And Mac McClung is just going to win this thing every year. I don't think there's any sort of change that's going to go on here. I mean, Stephon Castle gave him a decent run for his money, I'm not going to lie. But it wasn't even close. It was just Stephon Castle can also dunk and is athletic. I liked what Modest Buzelis was trying to do, but he just didn't really execute. And, if you kind of miss it the first couple of times, it ruins the vibe, and it's a lot harder to get a good reaction. But, if he does it again, I think he could do good. But how are you going to stop Mac McClung from winning when he jumps over a car? There's nothing you can do. And that was I think that might have been the first dunk. I'm pretty sure that was the first dunk where he just jumped over the car, and then you're like, okay. Excuse me. Yeah. So Mac McClung, three-peats as dunk champion, a feat not accomplished by anyone else before. And he's barely played in the NBA. So there's a unique thing happening right now where a G League All-Star, G League MVP, is dominating the dunk contest, but just cannot get an NBA contract that will, keep him solid in the league. I hope they do though, because Mac McClung really does have a lot of game. He's a good player. He's obviously super athletic. If anything, he's going to, sell out arenas because people want to see him come play, even if it's like 5 minutes in garbage time. People want to see this dude dunk. So, I don't know if he's going to get a deal this year. I don't know if he's going to get a deal. He's, he was the oldest one in the dunk contest. I think he's 26, which is not, old by any means, but for NBA standards, they always want the 19-year-old. So, and then I don't think I touched on it, but the Rising Stars game was pretty cool. I always feel like that's kind of like the best event because they're trying a little bit harder. And I thought it was cool that, the winner of the Rising Stars challenge got to play on Sunday night against All Stars. I thought that was pretty cool. Draymond was talking an immense amount of shit about this on the pregame show, being like, oh, well, I had to work hard to get to Sunday night and yada yada whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, why you gotta hate on these dudes, Draymond? For real, why? Just let them have their day. And just because, your team's not good right now and you're not an all-star anymore, doesn't mean you need to hate, right? I do agree. I don't think the format was great. I think saying the target score to 40 is just it's very, that's so quick, especially when the all-star games are usually scoring 400 points, between both teams. It's, playing to 40. It just doesn't seem really realistic, and it just made it feel really short. Not a real, I don't know. I didn't really like the format. I like East-West. I do think it's a cool idea to involve the rookies and the rookies play some of the all-stars and stuff, but I still think an East-West format and have them kind of play like that, and maybe maybe you have another team of all-stars that plays against the rookies. I don't know. But I just thought the target score of 40 was mad low. And it was so quick. And then there was 30-minute breaks in between each game. It just was I don't know. It just felt like a very condensed version of the All-Star game, which I did not appreciate. But Draymond's got to stop hating. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I mean, Charles Barkley, I think, said it pretty well. The reason they switched the format is so that, teams try, because obviously a team of all-stars doesn't want to get upset by a team of, rookies and sophomores. So that's the issue that they were having when it was East versus West, is that no one's trying. That's why they're scoring 200 points. And, but still, it's it didn't seem like they were trying that much harder. It's just they didn't want to lose to the rookies. But that was one team, there was another matchup where it was no rookies. It was just all stars. So, I don't know. I think you should just go back to East-West. You got to make some sort of incentive to, make people try harder. But I don't think this was really the answer. But I did like seeing the Rising Stars challenge. Like I said, I think Stephon Castle is, really making his, way to being the Rookie of the Year. I did want it to be Alex Sarr, but I think Stephon Castle is just a better player right now. He's more polished, has a lot of skill, super athletic. And I think he deserves it at this point. So, excuse me, guys. I'm just, dying over here. Damn. Coughing. But that was pretty much all that happened at All-Star Weekend, guys. Kevin Hart also made some pretty wild jokes. You gotta run it back. You gotta run it back if you ain't seen it. So go check it out. I'll check you guys with the next one. Stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace.